What's up, YouTube? Special shout out to the subscribers here and welcome to another weekly training video where I'm here to discuss all the training I'm doing to prepare for Ironman Texas coming up in April of 2026. In this week's video, I'm going to give you an update on the TFL hip injury that I've been trying to recover from the past few weeks. We'll take a look at how my training went last week, and then we'll take a look at the training in my plan coming up in this coming week. So first things first, if you've watched the last couple of videos or if you're just getting caught up, I'll give you a quick little overview. I have been dealing with some pain in my left foot, which is actually an injury in my hip that's been presenting as pain in my left foot. So there's really nothing wrong at all with my foot itself. That's just where the pain was really showing up, and it was from tension caused in an injury that my chiropractor believes I've done all the way back in April of this year when I completed Ironman Texas for the first time. A couple of weeks after the race, I started noticing that, one of the things that didn't really start to feel better after that long race was my left foot. It felt like I was just kind of limping around a little bit, hiking in Colorado. I was able to get through it, but there was a lot of stiffness in the morning, first few steps, and that really just kind of turned into a normal thing for the next month, 2 months. In fact, the entire time I was in Connecticut and doing my training there, I was really kind of just day by day wondering how much my foot was going to be hurting. I found that it was hurting a little bit more after days where I would be running, but I really couldn't put my finger on it. Sometimes it would be so bad that, the end of the day I'd be limping around a little bit. And this went on for a number of weeks. I completed 2 different sprint triathlon races while dealing with this, in the back of my head, just kind of worrying, oh man, is my foot gonna hurt after the race? I ultimately decided it was time to go have it get looked at, and I went to see someone that I've trusted for years with any sports related injury that I've had. The chiropractor that I've been seeing is extremely knowledgeable, and she felt very strongly that what I was dealing with was nothing to do with my foot, everything to do with my left hip. Told me to stop running for about 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks, and gave me some exercises and some releases that I needed to start doing up and down the left chain of my leg. So starting with my hip and then moving down to my quad, outside of my calf. So I spent the last few weeks following her orders. I didn't run for 2.5 weeks, and I'm really happy to report that this previous week I was able to return to training, and the pain in my foot is decreased to a point where it's surprisingly refreshing, because I've been feeling it for so long that it's very strange to be walking around and not feeling it. So if you can tell, I'm smiling a little bit. I did complete 6 miles of running this week. My foot is feeling pretty wonderful, but I do need to continue doing the physical therapy, strengthening movements that I need to be doing, all prescribed by my chiropractor, to try and strengthen this area and my left hip and prevent this from getting aggravated again. So really happy to report that I was able to return to running this week, and that I'm really, it's surprising. It's really in the last 48, 72 hours that the foot pain has started to just sort of go away. And part of it, unfortunately, is because I have other parts of my body that are, kind of demanding my attention because they're bothering me now. So let's talk about last week's training, and I'll get to the other parts of my body that have, jumped up to take the place of my foot in terms of what's hurting me on a daily basis. So just one of those things with training as often and as much as I do. So taking a look at Monday, the pool was closed because it was Labor Day, so I ended up doing a 3rd ride. I had ridden on Saturday and Sunday, went out and did another ride on Monday. Felt pretty good. I've been feeling great on my bike lately. Went to yoga on Monday night, and that was another, I go to yoga about once a week. I used to go twice. Once a week is really, I don't want to say it's not as good as 2 times per week, but I'm finding the once a week yoga to be a little bit more of a struggle. I think that my body is sort of, it can benefit from a little bit more mobility and stretching. So I might need to try to incorporate some of that on my own, because I've been finding the yoga classes to just be more difficult. I'm having trouble getting into some of the positions. I'm groaning a lot. I'm just kind of It's a little bit of an ordeal for me to get through a yoga class when it's only once a week. But I've been doing that every Monday, and I will continue to do that this week. On Tuesday, I got over to the pool, which was open, and I'm really excited because I was able to get a lot of swimming done last week. On Tuesday, I swam 3,000 yards in the morning before, getting my day started. I've been having to wake up really early to get these longer swims in. And then I did some sport-specific strength training on Tuesday as well, mainly focusing on the strength movements that I've been given by my chiropractor to try and strengthen my left hip. On to Wednesday, back in the pool, 2 days back to back in the pool, 2 3,000 yard swims back to back. And I was feeling really excited to be done with the swim on Wednesday because it just felt great to have swam 6,000 yards in the last 48 hours. Went on to go and join the gym I go to, the Powerhouse Coaching Gym I've been working with. Joined them for their strength class on Wednesday morning as well. We did a lot of upper body, a lot of hand release push-ups, some dumbbell press-ups, some medicine ball, wall balls, just a lot of upper body focus. Wednesday was a pretty good training day, and my arms were like definitely feeling it after swimming Tuesday, Wednesday, and then hitting all those pull-ups, push-ups. A lot of arms on Wednesday. On to Thursday, went on and did another nice easy hour ride on the road. I've been doing a lot of riding on the road lately. I've been really enjoying it. And then it was time to try and do the unthinkable. It was time to try and run. So I saw the chiropractor on Tuesday. She gave me the clearance to go ahead and try to return to running. And the protocol that she gave me was to go and run 1 mile and then see how I feel. If I felt good the next day, to go ahead and run 2 miles. And then if my foot is feeling good, the next day, go ahead and run 3 miles. So 1 mile, 2 mile, 3 miles, 3 days. And the whole time, I'm basically just trying to make sure that I don't have that pain in my foot flare back up. Because if it does, I'm supposed to time out and not continue to try and return to running. So I've been thinking about this for weeks. Thursday morning came around. I really wasn't sure how it was going to go. Got out there onto the dirt path, ran 1 mile, a little bit under 8 minutes. Heart rate was under control. And I got to tell you, I really didn't want to stop. Like, it felt really exciting to be running again. I couldn't feel my foot during the run. Ultimately, as soon as I started getting into it, it was time to stop. So stopped the watch, walked home, and really just tried to be patient and see, listen to my body. And fortunately, the next day when I woke up, I felt like my foot really hadn't improved or gotten worse. It felt really the same. And that amount of pain was so little compared to where it was a few weeks ago that I decided, that's good enough. Went to the pool, got my swim done, another 3,350 yards to bring this total up last week over 9,000 yards. And then it was time to go and run 2 miles. Ran the 2 miles. There was one brief moment when I started running after the first mile was over, ran a mile, took a walk break, started running again. When I started running that second mile, I had like one stride where I felt like a sharp pain in that foot, and then it went away. And then it went completely away. It was just like, boop, 1 second. Kept running, got the run done, finished it off. And then on Saturday, woke up and it was go time. Time to go run 3 miles. I'm taking a walk break after each mile. And the run on Saturday was pretty darn good as well. I must say I was really shocked that the running felt as good as it did, and really grateful that my foot was not getting worked up or, hurting the next morning or causing me to limp around or anything like that. Nothing even close to that. So the one thing that did happen between Friday and Saturday, this is really strange, and I really don't know if that's how my body works or if that's how this works at all, but I want to explain that on Friday, okay, I ran the 2 miles on Friday, foot was feeling pretty good, just a little bit of discomfort. On Friday evening, I was doing some of the stretching and releasing that I needed to do to try to keep up with the TFL. And all of a sudden I felt this pain emerge in my upper left shoulder, neck area. And it almost took my breath away when it happened. And as soon as that happened, it felt like I couldn't even feel the discomfort in my foot anymore. Like it almost felt as if all the sort of pain and discomfort that was in my left lower body just sort of like teleported up to my shoulder and my neck and my back in one instant. It was so strange. So, Saturday I woke up, my foot felt great. I was actually having more trouble just sort of like standing up, walking around. I mentioned I was able to run 3 miles on Saturday, and I was, but I wasn't even thinking about my foot at that point. It was like all thinking about my neck and my shoulder. And so got the 3 miles done and really wasn't sure how to process everything. I was like, okay, so my foot feels better, but now my shoulder hurts. Just kind of a weird, it just happened so fast on Friday night. Fast forward to yesterday, I had a 2-hour interval ride to go and do. Really felt comfortable that the neck and shoulder wouldn't be a big issue, because oftentimes once I get on my bike and get in the position, like I usually feel pretty good. Even if I'm having, some issues with my neck or my shoulder, those things don't seem to be exacerbated by my position on the bike. What did impact my ride on Sunday, though, was the flat tire that I got about 30 minutes after we started. So I rode 11 miles away, got a flat tire, and then I wasn't actually able to repair the tire. I did not have the right type of inner tube, which is completely my fault. The last time I checked my spare kit, it was to get ready for a race, and I had a different wheel on, so I had a different type of inner tube in there. Long story short, I was not prepared for a flat. Had to call the wife, and she came and picked me up. I had some zone 3/zone 4 intervals to do on that ride. It was 12 minutes of zone 3, 3 minutes of zone 4 with no rest in between. I got one of them done before my flat tire, and then decided that as soon as I got everything back home, I put my bike on the trainer and I went ahead and got it done, did the intervals there on the trainer. So the ride on the road was going really well. I was really feeling great. The first interval felt fantastic. Got that first one done. Let's see, it was 12 minutes at 263 watts. And then I did 3 minutes at 320 watts. My average speed for that ride until I got the flat, my average speed was 23.2 miles an hour. At that point when I got the flat, I was having a fantastic ride. I was trying to catch the rest of the group. They had left a little bit before me because I wasn't quite ready, and ended up doing the rest of the ride on the trainer. It's all good. And the ride on the trainer went pretty well too. The intervals were a little bit tougher sitting on the trainer versus being on the road and not having that excitement of, going fast. But I was able to do for that middle set, that middle half an hour, averaging 274 watts, alternating between 12-minute zone 3 and 3-minute zone 4. So I did that twice. So total of 3 15-minute intervals, one of them on the road, 2 of them on the trainer. And ultimately, I think that I did the best that I could to get my cycling done on Sunday. So let's take a quick look at this week coming up. Today, I went back to the pool, got about 2,000 yards done. I was taking it very easy this morning in the pool because I'm still dealing with a little bit of residual sort of shoulder discomfort, neck discomfort, but my foot feels great. Got my strength training done today as well. Did the specific strength training I'm doing to rehab my hip. And tomorrow looks like I have a 45-minute ride with some high cadence sprints, 30-second sprints. That should be fun. Wednesday, I've got 2,900 yards in the pool, similar swim to what I did last week. And then I've got a 20-minute easy run. That should be interesting. It'll be my 4th run back. On Thursday, I've got an hour and a half on the bike. This is a pretty tough workout. This is, let's see. Yeah, that's going to be tough. So it's high zone 4. So it's zone 4, high zone 4, and then low cadence zone 4. My goodness. And it's programmed into my trainer here. Ooh, baby. Though this should be fun. 6 by 8 minutes, lots of zone 4 work on Thursday. On Friday, I've got a shorter swim to do, 125s, and a 30-minute easy run. And then Saturday, I've got a 40-minute run. Look at that. I'm going to be running this week, yo. And on Sunday, got a 2-hour long ride with some intervals as well. My goodness. 15-minute zone 3, 15-minute high zone 4. Whew. That's going to be a tough one. Yeah, it says right here, 15-minute at high zone 4 will be hard. Well, that'll be fun. Gosh, do I hope I'm feeling 100% by Sunday. That would be fantastic. Anyway, thank you. That is the week. That is the update. I am thrilled to be back to running again. No intensity on the run right now, but just to be moving again feels good. My foot is feeling great, and I really hope that this sort of discomfort in my upper body can get sorted out as my body continues to heal up. Try to maximize rest, do everything I can to recover it, and just do my best to get through the training that I can do. Well, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.